Hi everyone, I hope your summer's going well. I'm going to talk with you a little bit about ELPC's successes, but first let me take head-on the Supreme Court's very damaging climate change decision. The Supreme Court has significantly reduced the EPA's ability to regulate greenhouse gases, and it's taken away a very important legal tool. But that's not the only tool in the toolkit, and here's what we need to do going forward. First of all, the EPA needs to use the rest of its regulatory authority, which is lawful, to regulate sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and indeed carbon at coal plants within the fence line of those plants. Secondly, Congress needs to step up and take climate action now. We need to organize and advocate for Congress to do that. Third, states need to step up and act. For example, we need to revitalize Article 11 of the Illinois Constitution, which provides a right to a healthful environment. More Midwest states need to adopt the California Clean Car Standards. And finally, businesses need to be part of the solution. Some of them are stepping up with climate action, others are dragging their heels. It's time for all businesses to get on board with corporate environmental responsibility when it becomes part of our climate change solutions. There are paths forward, and we're not giving up. ELPC will continue to advocate, innovate, and litigate effectively to protect the planet because our lives depend upon it. Now let me turn to what we're doing with the Great Lakes. Protecting the Great Lakes is vitally important for all of us. The Great Lakes are where we live, where we work, and where we play. 3 years ago, a large steel mill in Indiana pumped excessive cyanide ammonia into Lake Michigan. It killed 3,000 fish, closed the beaches at Indiana Dunes National Park, and threatened the safe drinking water supply. ELPC stepped up. We filed a Clean Water Act citizen suit on behalf of our members and the Hoosier Environmental Council. After a lot of litigation, we've now entered into a consent decree with Cleveland Cliffs, which owns the Burns Harbor Steel Mill, the federal government, and the state government. And here's what that settlement does. First of all, Cleveland Cliffs needs to clean up its act. It's going to fix its equipment and put in better operational controls. Secondly, $3 million in civil penalties. That's real money. Third, Cleveland Cliffs is going to transfer 127 acres of land to a local land trust, where it will eventually be added to expand the Indiana Dunes National Park, which is a terrific add-on, and there's going to be more clean water quality monitoring. This is a big win for Northwest Indiana communities, the Great Lakes, and for everyone. Turning to a different Great Lakes issue, climate change is causing much more extreme lake water levels, mostly higher, sometimes lower. ELPC's new Rising Waters report explains how more intense storms, heavy waves, and higher water levels are battering and flooding homes and businesses along the shoreline. It's especially risky when it comes to industrial facilities that have toxic and hazardous materials on their site. Overall, we need to rethink the shoreline's built environment. Check out ELPC's Rising Waters report on our website for recommended actions of what policymakers and businesses need to do to protect our shoreline communities. While the Supreme Court is imposing barriers to federal action, ELPC is stepping up with climate solutions in the states. In Michigan, ELPC and our coalition partners negotiated a settlement with Consumers Energy by which the utility will shut down all of its coal plants by 2025 and boost its solar energy development. In Iowa, ELPC is working with coalition partners to shut down MidAmerican Energy's 5 old coal plants. They're not economic anymore except for the ratepayer subsidies. They're pumping a lot of carbon into the atmosphere, and it's time to finally close down these old coal plants. In Illinois, we had a huge victory last year with the clean energy legislation, and now is the time to make sure it's implemented so it lives up to its full potential. We're especially working to make sure that distributed renewable energy resources like solar energy on rooftops and energy storage systems really do get implemented, connecting them to the grid, posing opportunities, not barriers. ELPC is making progress in protecting the Midwest's vital natural resources and very special places. In the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, we've built a coalition of 350 businesses and local organizations to create 50,000 acres of new national wilderness area. And in southern Illinois in the Shawnee National Forest, we're working to expand 10,000 acres of new national wilderness. This is the first time this has been done in about 30 years. We also just won a big case before the Federal District Court in Wisconsin to stop a huge transmission line from running right through the middle of the Upper Mississippi River National Wildlife and Fish Refuge. That refuge is the gem of the Midwest system. The transmission companies want to build right through the middle of the protected National Wildlife Refuge. It's not compatible with that, and the Federal District Court judge ruled in our favor. That case is now up before the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Seventh Circuit. We'll be arguing the case in September. In the meantime, we think the District Court judge's opinion is well grounded on law and fact and common sense. ELPC works hard, and we also know how to let loose and have some fun. At our annual gala on June 7th on the rooftop of Navy Pier, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker joined us for a conversation. We had a great time. Stay tuned for our 30th anniversary coming up in June of 2023. One other piece of good news, ELPC uses donor money well. Charity Navigator rated us 4-star exceptional for the 7th year in a row. And that's a real honor in terms of our credibility and in recognition for the good way we run the organization. Thank you for all you do to protect the environment and support ELPC. I hope that you have a wonderful summer and enjoy the great Midwest outdoors.